Well, they were sometimes jokingly called the Bakersfield Mafia. Three men, all bred here, who rose to prominence in the 1970s and 80s as key members of Team Ronald Reagan: Michael Deaver, Lynn Nofziger, and Jim Lake.
The third of those three, Reagan campaign press secretary Jim Lake, passed away last week. How did three Bakersfield men manage to ascend to such great political heights at the same time? Our Robert Price offers up a history lesson tonight.
Ronald Reagan's star was a good one to cling to. It lifted three men from Bakersfield to Sacramento to Washington, D.C., and the seat of power. Lynn Nofziger was Reagan's press secretary when Reagan was elected governor in 1966. Michael Deaver served as Governor Reagan's chief of staff. Jim Lake was press secretary for Reagan's political campaigns. And when Reagan was elected to the White House in 1980, all three men, in some fashion or form, went with him. And all three became nationally prominent. Lake worked for Gerald Ford and George H.W. Bush as well. Lake's son, James C. Lake of Alexandria, Virginia, got involved in politics with his father and his twin brother, Michael B. Lake.
What did you know of and see of his interaction with Ronald Reagan?
We'd see him together all the time, either on the campaign trail. My brother and I both worked in the during the 80 campaign. We were on the campaign jet, so we flew everywhere they went, and so we got to see him with him all the time. And then as the campaign went on, and then in the 84 campaign, we were able to, we both worked advance. So we always saw my dad would travel in with him. We talked to my dad while the president was speaking, got to see him interact with Reagan. My brother and I interacted with Reagan and Mrs. Reagan. You know, we saw him a lot. They knew who we were because they were great friends with my father, but also because we were twins, we kind of stood out, you know.
It might seem strange or coincidental that three Bakersfield men came to share the stage to differing extents with the most powerful man on earth and arguably the most popular. Mojave journalist Bill Deaver, Michael Deaver's brother, had this explanation.
They all have to be in the right place at the right time with the right kinds of personalities and interests. That's what happened.
Jim Lake might have been a Beltway guy, but he never forgot where he came from. Basically, he was always a Bakersfield driller with a taste for Dewar's ice cream that he still occasionally enjoyed with his granddaughter, who still lives here.
Dewar's was one of his favorites. It still is whenever we go there. He used to like, I think it's closed now, but Sinaloa Mexican food was like his best favorite place to get Mexican food. Mexicali, of course, which I understand, you know, they closed one of their stores except for the downtown one. He always loved the Wool Growers, loved going to Wool Growers. That's where he first introduced us to the sliced pickled tongue, as a matter of fact. And I thought it was going to be horrible, but it was fantastic.
And so another chapter in Bakersfield's connection to Ronald Reagan comes to a close. Jim Lake was 82, cause of death, complications from Alzheimer's. In Bakersfield, Robert Price, 17 News.